Are we back? I got a random ass error and I was like, what the fuck? It says I'm not streaming anymore. So I was super confused. I think we're back though. Realized that getting my story reviewed feels the same like when getting my songs reviewed. A little bit antsy, but like a little bit exciting, but like nail-bitingly like anticipating. It's usually how I feel about it. Well, it's been a while since we've had a stream hiccup, so you know, I thought it was we hit the 10-hour mark and like Rumble or X or something hit like a cap on the stream, and I noticed that the only thing that crashed was Twitch. And I was like, wait, did I get banned? That would be fucking hilarious. And yeah, no, apparently we're just chilling. I don't know what happened. We just, we disconnected. But hey, hiccups happen. You know, you're here, that's what matters. So let's just pretend that nothing happened and just keep reading the story. I'm completely fine with that. It's no longer than a school bus, but when the church folk got together, their faith and their presence, at least in Richard's eyes, made the humble trailer glow. He smiled to himself in the night, his silver-framed buck-tooth shining. But that busted-down trailer felt as grand as a cathedral. When he got up after the first hymn and slammed that heavily read Bible up on that pupil, he felt as divine as a pope. Shit, it's not over here. Let me ask you this, Jesse. Let me ask you this. Oh, I did it. I came back. I came back the same way I left. Is it as battle-worn as this? This is like, God, this is probably 27. Worn from neglect. Hey, man. It is what it is. That's not red at all. It's just old. Heavily red. That's why I was kind of making the joke, because I've had this for like 20 years, and I haven't read, or for like 30 years, and I haven't read it in 25 years. So I just thought I thought that would be a funny meme to pull this out and be like, is it like this? So no, that one has never been read. Oh, fuck. Scotty scuffs it for clout. Scuffed stream. Hey, I don't know what happened there. Blessed. I got an error on OBS, and I was kind of worried. And then the stream was gone, and then the stream came back, and then everyone's here, so I'm like, well, it is what it is. Shit happens, you know? We haven't had a hiccup. Dude, we haven't had a hiccup on OBS in like 2 months. Like, I'd say that's pretty decent. I would say it's definitely pretty decent, but anyways, enough of my shenanigans, back to the story. Smiled to himself in the night, his silver-framed bucktooth shining. That busted-down trailer felt as grand as a cathedral. When he got up after the first hymn and slammed that heavy red Bible down up on that pulpit, he felt as divine as the Pope. Maybe roll back to more stable version. I never update it. You never update OBS. Never ever update OBS. You'll lose everything. He'd thunder. Faith is the substance of things hoped for, and the evidence of things not seen, the patrons would eagerly reply. It was right after today's Sunday service, in fact, that he received a phone call from an old friend. He gave his last blessing out before shutting and locking the front trailer doors. Richard remembers standing there after stuffing the keys in his pocket, savoring the view of the worship area. There was what he liked to refer to as a holy silence, which filled the space inside. Maybe apt to save settings? I don't know. The video file is corrupted, so it has something to do with the video file, and Flow Yoga is good. That's not what he was talking about. It's not what he was talking about, Blessed. I mean for updating. Lol. It's almost as if the church folk hadn't left the pews and were still sitting there, listening. The office phone rang. There were a few seconds of low buzzing whenever he answered. Been a long time, Bible man. A weary voice spoke through the static. Sandra lived in the town of Greenride, a 2-hour walk from Clementy. He hadn't visited his old friend in a long time, not since the last week of this past December, when she invited him for a holiday supper with her folks. He could practically taste the peach cobbler from the memory alone. I know, Sister Sandra. How's it going? Well, Daddy ain't doing too good. Death gone come knockin' here real soon. I feel... Can you come down tonight? Appreciators will appreciate. Haters gonna hate. Winner's gonna win. Loser's gonna lose. Lover's gonna love. Richard frowned, his lip tucked under his thick stash. Of course. He grabbed an opened envelope from his desk of letters and began scribbling on the back of it in gel pen. Of course I can head out this evening. God bless you, Bible man. Shake, shake, shake it. Shake it off. It's crazy. This is deep South Carolina, and hearing you read it is jarring. I'm just trying to get used to it. It's my Canadian accent. Okay, guys, it just comes off in a very different way. Okay, don't ask me. It is not my problem. Don't worry about it. Okay, buddy guy. He could feel her simpering sadly through the static, and as he tried to think of something cheerful to say next, he spoke up again. Remember, imitation is the truest form of flattery. He could feel her simpering sadly through the static as he tried to think of something cheerful to say next. She spoke up again. I'll have a bed made for you and dinner fixed. How does colored greens, Hoppin' John, and pork chops sound to you? Mighty good, ma'am. You walking? I hope not. It ain't cold like it was in the last time, but it's still a far travel on foot. I have to. That's why you ain't seen me since the holidays. My car never recovered from that trip I took to that preacher's conference in Georgia back in spring. Dang thing made all kinds of clanking noises and kept shutting down at every turn. Took it to Butler's and they said I need a fancy part that'll run me about $600. I don't even make that in a month. Sandra guffawed. A miracle given the arriving death of her father. Oh, no. Ain't no preacher of Clementy can afford that. Richard beamed and shook his head. No, ma'am, no, ma'am. Another moment of the static filling the silence. Fly buzzed in the far corner of the room near the office door. You want me to make you a blackberry cobbler like I have made you on Christmas? I'm trying, okay? I'm trying. Don't judge me. I'm trying to make it, like, smooth, natural, right? She asked. Something creaked loudly in her background. Richard paused, then chortled. It was a peach cobbler. You know I hate blackberry. Come on now. Silence was loud for a moment. The fly buzzed closer around his desk before landing on the telephone hook. I'm getting old, boy. I can never seem to remember where I left my common sense. I'd better get off the line before I confuse you for a bill collector. It's all right, Sister Sandra. Thank you for seeking my help. I'm I'm ahead to Marywood around 4 or 5. I've got some rounds to make, okay? Alright, God bless you, Richard. I'll see you tonight. After that sudden phone call ended, he tidied up the trailer before locking up and heading out. He visited Sister Bethel like he always did after Sunday service. She had a small lunch prepared for him each time. Richard informed his sister that he'd be gone for a few days to watch over Sandra Weather's father in his final moments. Ah, poor old Alfred, her squeaky voice said from the kitchen island as she quartered pimento cheese sandwiches. But at least Sandra can get on with her life. I mean, she's only in her 60s, but taking care of that man has aged her bad. Richard sat at her dining room table with his favorite coffee mug that had a little black angel on the front. It was warm in his hands. He agreed with his sister in Christ, but he would never let her know that. She can be quite messy and has a hard enough time figuring out when to keep her mouth shut. After an hour or so, he said goodbye to his Bethel and headed down to Granbray's place. Granbray lived on the outskirts of town in a colorful little trailer with her daughter, Swan. She was a large, dark lady and was a lot older than she seemed. Her hair was like moss and her eyes like tree sap. She never showed up to Bible Man's trailer and instead spent her days working the earth, as she likes to call it. Everyone in Clemente was bound to come visit the old farmer at some point. Bay. Okay, Bay. Sugarcane, watermelon, corn, potatoes, peanuts, and even okra. Had the town in Grand Bay front yard. In Grand Bay's front yard. Even Sister Bethel, who swears up and down that Bay is a witch. That B is a witch. Oh, like, is it an abbreviation for, like, Beatrice? Still found herself standing on the front porch from time to time, asking for sugarcane syrup. And even still, well, yes, okay, that's what I figured. Perfect, okay, that makes sense. And even still, while she's pouring that syrup in her oatmeal, she'll say, any woman who don't go to church and play in dirt all day can't be no Christian. Still, the ignorant and the independent find ways to coexist in Clemente. Either way, Richard knew for a fact that God worked through Granby. Townsfolk got distracted by the herbs, incense, and the fact that she never came down to town on Sundays, but Bible Man was smarter than that. He knew that one could get the scripture tattooed from their head to toe and still not understand a quarter of it. But Granby, she'd quote the good book so effortlessly and without hesitation, unlike Bethel, who had a nasty habit of quoting the Bible like a shrewd politician. Granby had a graceful delivery of the word. You always overthinking, Rick. Don't worry about tomorrow, baby. Tomorrow gone worry about self, she told him as she put a mason jar of watermelon jam in a plastic shopping bag. Richard stopped walking again. He had indeed settled into his thoughts so completely that he hadn't even noticed that Marywood had stopped singing. All the crickets, toads, and cicadas had fallen silent, and all he could hear was the wind swimming through the tree branches above him. The moon gave out a sheen that failed to reach ahead of him. Instead, it blanketed the path from which he came to a powdery blue. In a powdery blue. He advanced towards the darkened road, and almost immediately after that first step, he bangs the toe of his shoe on a surface root. He hissed through his teeth, "Keep me steady, Lord." The words rippled through the silence. Richard knew where he was and how far he had left to go. Only a few miles left. But he wouldn't be able to make it with that sore toe not being attended to, so he decided to rest his feet for a minute. He opened his suitcase and pulled out a little yellow vial before closing it again. After laying the suitcase flat on the ground and sitting on it, he took off his shoes and his socks. He rolled the tiny bottle in his palms, analyzing it. Granby had given him this today after he told her about his walk through Marywood. Rub this on your feet when they start to hurt and remember Psalms. You know which verse I'm talking about. Don't make me spell it out for you. The oily substance inside the tiny bottle spilled into his palms. It smelled citrusy and strange. He began, Lord, be a lamp unto my feet and a light along my path. He repeated this phrase in low whispers as the pain subsided. He let out a content sigh, then switched to the other foot. He casually looked once more at the unlit path ahead of him, thinking of Hoppin' John and Peach Cobbler. That's when he noticed. The road ahead was no longer obscured in the night. Instead, it glowed a deep crimson, like blood in the form of light. Bible Man had never seen anything like it, and he had felt a wave of fear. Still, he found himself sliding his socks back onto his oily feet before stuffing them back into his shoes. Was it a fire truck, an ambulance, or maybe a car? He spoke out loud. It's car taillights. He gave silent thanks to God before walking faster, making sure to step over any more surface route. The glow got bigger and more thick the closer he got to the land. It set ablaze the trees and crabgrass and turned the road into a river of blood. He turned the bend and stepped into the burgundy glow. The toads, cicadas, and crickets began to sing again, even louder than before, in some somber, jittery tones. For the creatures of Merwood were the last to see Richard Bibleman Jones alive. Damn! It's aliens! It's a fire! It's the military! It's God! Oh shit, it was a car! Oh man, sorry. I need some water up in here. You never know. School exploded with excitement as the last bell rang. It was the day before the last day of school, and the kids didn't bother bringing their backpacks to class. They all ran out of the double doors, giggling and shouting, some nearly tripping down the front steps while others took their time. Malcolm took even longer to exit. It didn't matter that there was only one more to go. There wasn't any excitement for Malcolm to embrace. He didn't mind school. It was far better than being at home. Sitting in a living room, which is where his summer will most likely be spent. His father was a homebody, and he made sure Malcolm was too. Every weekend was predictable. Sometimes it felt as if his father was afraid of the world. There were only a few places his dad would take him throughout the weekend. The park, if there weren't many people there. Goodwill to search for more DVDs and tapes. Even drive-thrus, Malcolm's favorite. He squinted from the sun as he pushed past the double doors. The last few of the children were still waiting in the car pickup zone with the principal, Miss Horn. His dad's gray Honda Civic was third in line. Malcolm hopped in the back seat with his backpack resting between his knees. After closing the door and snapping in his seatbelt, he glanced at the rear mirror. His father's eyes were already looking him over. A brief moment of intense silence before the tiny car pulled into the road, driving away from the school. Tense fingers adjusted on the steering wheel. Daniel's focused eyes flickered from his son daydreaming to the busy road ahead. He reached a red stoplight. "You want McDonald's or whatever's at the house?" Malcolm was still pretending he was anywhere but the small car in the freeway. Malcolm? Tree sap eyes met mud-brown ones. Daniel's breath almost caught in his neck, just like his mother's. He blinked really hard before turning his gaze again to the road ahead. So there would be your first grammatical error, saying again twice. Turned his gaze to the road. Blinked really hard before turning his gaze to the road. I just say back to the road. But, up to you. That was not my first one. First one I noticed. I'm not good at grammar. I'm only good if you like double words or something like that, and sometimes it's just repetition. Like, I could see this being two separate words, or two separate sentences. Like, he turned his gaze again. Period. To the road ahead again. Well, it's like which again? The first again or the last again? Turned his gaze to the road ahead again. Turned again to the road ahead. Okay. Boom. Yes, sir? I said, do you want me to stop for something to eat, or will you survive off what's in the pantry tonight? Malcolm turned to rest his head on the door again. Who's turning down McDonald's? You don't have enough points to do that. Jesse, Jesse? I don't know. Gessie? 74? I don't know, man. Welcome. How's it going? Yeah, I don't know. Not enough points. That's unfortunate, man. I'm sorry to hear that. You don't have enough points to literally figure out how many points you have. That's pretty sad. I think that might mean you have 0 points. I'm not 100% though. You could have negative points. Ooh, you could be in debt. That would not be good. You can buy out of your debt with bits though. Malcolm turned to rest his head on the door again, staring out the window longingly. He liked watching the way things passed by. People, buildings, clouds, and trees became colorful blurs. His stomach growled. A home-cooked meal would be lovely, but Malcolm knew his father was terrible in the kitchen. The microwave still smelled of burnt popcorn. And he really didn't want another boring plate of chicken nuggets. McDonald's, please. The two shuffled into the small apartment. Malcolm took his shoes off and locked the door, while his father took the little brown bag to the small dining room. I'm gonna shower first, Daniel said, loosening up his tie and sliding off his office shoes. He headed down the hallway before his son could respond. After grabbing a water bottle from the fridge, Malcolm sat at the table and pulled the warm box out of the bag, along with a packet of fries. It was a quiet place. The AC rumbled through the apartment every half hour like a refrigerator hummed low. Daniel kept the place clean and hollow, except for the dining room tablecloth, which only had the stains one side because Malcolm's father never ate with him. Matter of fact, aside from the living room, occasionally the two would watch a tape in the hallway. They barely saw each other in the apartment. Malcolm savored those small moments of connection as much as he savored the salty, starchy goodness of a McDonald's fry. Fleeting moments of joy before it all turns to flavorless mush again. Sound of water rushing out of the shower head echoed down the little hallway. Malcolm shuffled to the living room and sat down on his heels in front of the TV. He opened the small DVD cabinet and pulled out a few selections. Scooby-Doo, Monsters Unleashed. Not Today. Peter Pan. Tossed that and a few others before finally landing on one. Toon Classics, Volume 1. Pulled the disc out of the plastic box, popped it in, then pressed play. Colorful splotches of light danced around the living room. Malcolm scooted backwards until he was resting against the coffee table. With his arms around his legs and his head rested on his knees, he watched the old cartoons. From the large living room window that had dusty blinds, the sunlight looked gray and hopeless, another day passing him by, both quickly and slowly, and although he was safe inside, he could feel clouds wafting heavily above him. Felix the cat was walking through a black and white city yowling. The off-putting repetitive animation and orchestrations made Malcolm's loneliness stir like a sleeping dragon, and suddenly he regretted putting the DVD in. Sounds of water splattered in the shower ceased with a heavy clunk. Malcolm sighed before getting up and walking over to the TV to turn it off. He took in the last of the depressing imagery before pressing the button. I have all summer to be a sad cat. Tomorrow I'll save for the last day of school. Chapter 2. Ooh. Gran B stood in the farthest corner of her field where the potatoes and peanuts grew. Blushing clouds passed over Clemente. Her honeysuckle-laden straw hat shaded her eyes from the dying sun. Her stout body leaned on a shovel she had stabbed in the soil. A hum left her throat, quiet like the wind that evening. Sometimes I'm just bad at reading. I mean, always. Rain making its way up north. She looked down at the bucket that rested at her feet, a tangled mess of roots with peanuts caked in dark soil. Beatrice Lily planned to use it all. Her dark eyes, dazzling and careful, studied the vastness from where she stood. She can feel something watching her from the horizon, a revelation yet to be recognized. Well, when you say 10,000 words a day, you're bound to get 20,000 words wrong, right? It's just the way of the world. God has blessed Beatrice because she can always see ahead before it even shows its face. The problem lies in the fact that these sights always appeared like bait balls in murky coast waters. She will always see the shape of an event, but to get it in clear definition always took months of work. Only God can see through and around it all, but I'm blessed to even be able to see the shape of it. She leaned off the shovel and adjusted her loose flowery overalls, sweat clinging to her t-shirt and underwear to her skin, and swam through gray head before making it to her brow. She had started bending towards the bucket on the ground when a younger voice shouted from behind her, "Mama?" Beatrice picked up the large bucket before turning to see a figure shuffling through the soil towards her. Though her eyes still sat in the shadow of her hat's brim, they still lit up upon the sight of her daughter, her gray head. Swam through her gray head. Yeah, I don't know. Because sometimes it's purposeful when it comes to, like, using grammatical structure in dialogue, but more in narration outside of dialogue, because it's through a character's perspective. So you never know. I assume way too much when I'm reading. What happened? Did you go offline? Yeah, Twitch crashed. The video is corrupted. Like, if I pull it up, it says it's like 0 bytes. And it says it's 27 minutes long. On the side of her daughter. Even though it's supposed to be 9.5 hours long. So I'll have to download the Twitch VOD to make a backup to upload to YouTube. But hey, it is what it is, guys. We can never hit that 10-hour mark. But who cares what the numbers say, right? It's not about that. Swan Lily was a pretty thing. She was tall and thin and had clear, dark skin like her mother's. Her red lipstick stained the bottom of her teeth, and her fingernail polish was chipped. But if she were to head into town as she was, she'd still have all the young boys riled up. Do you feel it, Mama? I think it's time. We don't know that, nah. But Mama, the shape. The shape ain't gone matter in the grand revelation, girl. Even a vulture's shadow can look like that of an angel's. The two watched the horizon, watching the pink-yellow clouds swim by. Beatrice dropped the bucket of dirty peanuts in the front porch near her rocking chair and headed inside to the kitchen. She began to stir the butter beans that had been slowly cooking since the morning. Swan was already in the living room, laid out on the couch with a blunt in her hand. Nice. I'm playing hardcore now? Oh my god, Smokey. I'm gonna get you killed. It's gonna be fucking hilarious. We're gonna clip it. Yes, I love it. Okay, Smokey, so you want to carry me with your dead eye? Touched by an Angel was blasting on the fat TV. The old lady stood at the stove for a while, scraping down some of the stew from the rim before using it to knock the excess off the spoon. She rested it on the folded piece of paper towel that she had sitting on the stove. I won't be playing for at least 2 hours. That's okay, Smokey. I'm still playing with your mom. Then, without hesitation, she turned around and headed out to the front porch. Stu probably got about an hour left. She sat down slowly in her glider chair. Rocking chair. Fuck words. More than enough time to get this mess sorted out. She leaned to grab the metal bucket and in one swift motion turned it over at her feet. It took a lot to make a strong and certain woman like Beatrice Lily choke up on her words, but with that sight in front of her, she began to. Swan, come out here on the porch. Sound of coughing came from inside the house. Why? Girl, don't make no fuss. I'm your mother, ain't I? Bring that tail out here. Swan was already making her way out to the front. She pressed her face against the screen door. What is it, Ma? Short screams slashed through her front yard. Swan slowly opened the front door. that now had a prominent lipstick smudge on the screen. Jeweled hands rested on her nose and mouth. Swan slowly stepped closer to her mother's rocking chair. Beatrice reaches an arm around Swan's small waist. "Cover us, Lord." "Mama?" Swan's voice was muffled through her hands. She still believed the weed she'd been smoking had her hallucinating. "What is that, Mama?" "It's bad. That's what it is. Just bad." Beatrice squinted, calculating in her mind on what to do next. The roots had become pitch black and shiny like leather, while the peanuts shriveled up into little raisins spilling around. Around that was the soil. It was no longer well drained and healthy. Instead, it had become a thick, cakey sludge. It smelled of bile and rotted meat and filled the entire screened-in porch with its stench. I don't know if that's supposed to be there, but I feel like that would make it easier to understand. I don't know grammar, though. Don't talk to me about it. I don't know what I'm talking about. Don't listen to me. Ignore me! Swan broke her gaze from the wretched wet mass on the floor and turned to her mother, whose arm still remained firm around her waist. "Is it time now, Mama?" "Yes, and judging from them pink clouds earlier, God's already making his way up to Columbia." "I think it is. You're right." "I try." She slowly got up out of her rocking chair, stepping carefully over the mass. She opened the screen door, and still, with her thick arms still around... That's another double still. And with her thick arms still around her daughter's waist, they both stepped inside. "We just done leave that sitting there." Beatrice turned the stove off and moved the bubbling pot of beans to a cold eye. "Later, Swan, later. We need to get Malcolm down here. 'Cause when them clouds make it to Columbia tomorrow, that boy's whole world gonna change, and we gonna make sure he's got us." "What are you gonna do?" "What we gonna do is get my grandson, your nephew, down here to Clementy. You know Daniel ain't gonna let that boy come down." "Don't worry about that. That's my department. I already have a job for you." Beatrice reaches to the top of the fridge and opens a small cabinet sitting on top of it. She pulls out a purple and gold crowned royal bag. Swan watches confused and anxious as her mother's marbled hands fish through until she pulls out a car key. "Need to head out? Have a great stream?" "Alright, Dorn Geek. Take care, man. Have a great stream. Take care. Enjoy the rest of your day. Hope everything goes great, man. Thanks for stopping in and hanging out. Really appreciate it, brah." "We poppin'." She pulls Swan's hand from her mouth and places the little key in them. "At 11 a.m. tomorrow, head out to Columbia. By the time you get there, Malcolm will be ready." Oh shit, I didn't even know. I was so ingrained. Oh my god, Jesse. Jesse, I was so ingrained in the story, I didn't even realize we were in ads. I didn't even realize that I read through ads. I'm the worst streamer, guys. I am literally the worst fucking streamer. Why do I even... Why even is what for this? God. Ads are the work of the devil. Possessed by the devil, the ads call to you, the darkness from within. Oh, you didn't see that, Jesse. You didn't see that at all. I wasn't conjuring the ads from the depths of Satan's lair. You know, I wasn't. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I read through the ads. I am sorry. I was so into the story that I didn't even notice ads were playing. I was like, ooh, what's gonna happen next? Ooh. But Daniel, don't worry about my son, Swan. I know how to handle him. Focus on Malcolm. I love it so far. It's intriguing. It's got cliffhanger aspects to it. It is like you can feel the character's voice for sure.
This basic bitch stupid streamer can't even get his camera right. Fuck freeze frames. Oh, there it goes. That's the face only a mother can love.
True. Thank you, Lord Timmy. Welcome, welcome. How's it going? My favorite redeem. I've been waiting for this moment. True. How are you doing? How are you? Have you written anything new, Lord Timmy?
You are in for it now, sweetheart. Take those sexy glasses off like a good girl. You don't need to see what happens next.
You could feel what? And now freeze. Unfortunately they don't stack. But if you want, I will prevent putting my glasses on for the next freeze frame. If you want to combine them. I respect that. Gotta do what you gotta do, right? They don't stack. No, that's okay. I can just not listen to the bitch.
I miss my sexy librarian. You can put those sweet sight setters back in place, slut. This basic bitch stupid streamer can't even get his camera right. Fuck freeze frames. Oh, there it goes. That's the face only a mother can love.
Shit. Did that work? This was so worth it, though. I could feel what? I feel that the story itself is going in a specific direction. Especially bringing the character back, and it makes it like, oh, this character is something special. And just like the way that you present it is very exposition. It's just, it feels like a natural that this is the only outcome. And yeah, I've written everything and finished all the writing for the game. Nice. Hell yeah, Lord Timmy. That's what it's all about, brother. It's horror. Well, I could guess that from the first chapter, or for the prologue, where the guy is never seen again. Decided to write it like a movie. I definitely feel this, like, cinematic features. Like I was gonna say, like the fly buzzing in the window. Like, to me, that's like classic cinema. No, I never said he's never seen again. He just never comes back alive. Oh yeah, sorry, he's just never seen alive again. He's never seen alive again. I was half expecting when they freaked out over, like, when she dumped the roots, that there was, like, his head in the roots and, like, someone had, like, murdered him and buried him in her field. Take that as you will. All I know is she sees something. She knows something. And she don't even know what it is. But I really like that. It's definitely well presented, well structured. it leads you in a specific direction, and it pays off. He's gonna be walking back to town. How the writing going on your end, Pookie? Oh, you know, we finished Banquet, so now we have to edit it. But the stream's been going on forever. It is 5 in the morning for me. We've been streaming for almost 11 hours, guys. We had a little bit of a hiccup, but hey, that's how it goes. If we get a corrupted file and we don't have the stream tomorrow, then it is what it is. We lose one in like 100, right? All I know is I'm hungry, I'm tired, and I want to still play Path of Exile, but I'm pretty sure as soon as I launch the game up, I'm just going to be like, yeah, nah, I'm done. I'm done. Thank you for reading it. I've been looking for a real read. I started writing it a week ago, and I was nervous. No worries, Jesse. I'm just not, like, I don't know anything about grammar or sentence structure or anything like that. I'm an idea reader, so I'm like, the idea usually, you can get the idea across to me, you should be able to get the idea across to the average reader, and that's all I really care about is how did you present the idea? What is the idea? Is the idea worth listening to? Does the idea intrigue me? And at this point I'm like, is it aliens? Is it ghosts? Is it fires? Is it natural? Is it the government? Is it, like, cryptids? Like, you have me on the edge of my seat because I don't know what it is, but I want to know what it is. And my first thought instantly is aliens. I don't know why, that's just where my head goes. Eek, I don't want to spoil. That's okay. I won't. Don't worry. No worries. Just, you know, no aliens. That's okay. I kind of figured it wasn't aliens. But a man can hope. My guess is it was either dawn coming up, meaning, like, he was taking longer than he, you know, normally would, and just something else happened. You know, there's always a chance. It's like, I have like 8 different branches of shit that go through my head. No dawn. So it's like, the only thing I can think of is it's fire, or it's like some sort of vehicle. Well, he already said he thought it was a car, right? So it's like, I don't know why I feel like that's a mislead. And it's like, no, it's not a car, it's something else. It's like lighting up the entire dawn. It's gotta be more than a car. No fire or a vehicle. I'm like, it's either an angel or a demon, right? But the fact that it's not something basic is good, Jesse. I won't tell you what it is, I'll tell you when you're wrong. LMAO. I'm like, is it a ghost? Is it a jackal? It's a jackal. It's a jackal. Is it a jackal? It's a jackal. It's a jackal. Is it a jackal? It's a jackal. 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 It's a jackal. 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 It's a jackal. It's an interdimensional rift. And on the other side is hell, but it's actually just a different planet. Like Mercury or something. Or Venus. I'm like, on the other side is Joe Biden. Pork Chop 740 or 787. Thank you for following. Welcome, welcome.
Hi, sweetie. Hatred was just telling me used to Arch Commander Consummate and thinks he'd be a perfect match for us.
I know what I'm gonna do, guys. I'm gonna read my story, the rough draft of my story, and I want your guys' opinion on my story.
1989-ish.
Actually, you're right. He has a very prominent role in this. Joe Biden. I love it. I fucking love it. I'm gonna take a toke, and I'm gonna read my story. Actually, I gotta take a piss first. I'll be right back. Hey, Psycation in chat. Hey, Boya, how's it going? Welcome, welcome. I don't know if you know, Boya, but there is now a TLC check-in command. Oh, we're doing great. We were just reading Jesse's story. I really loved it. Very intriguing. I still can't think of anything that could cause like an orange fiery light on the horizon that looks like car lights, that's not aliens, that's not the government, that's not some sort of aircraft or vehicle or a fire. It's not the sun rising. It's not an interdimensional portal. I'm like, what could it possibly be? Alright. Which means you're being sneaky, Jesse, and I can't think outside the box. That's my problem, right? Alright, so this is the banquet. There's this idea I've always clung to. Most people won't even consider it. Their aversion to current society caused these ancient rituals to be lost to time. So when these ideas pop into my head, are they coming from me or from elsewhere? I've been working on the rituals of this one tribe, the Kucha. The Karlok is a succession ritual for a tribe called the Kucha. This ritual is proof of the worth of a chieftain. The Great Spirit will judge whether he is worthy or not. He must place his village above himself. If he makes any sound or even flinches, it will show the Great Spirits that he is unworthy. I've come to the point in my craft where all the pieces have aligned. There's only one possible outcome, this final ritual, the product of all that came before. My mind distances. The thoughts and the words spin. I don't know how many breaths there were, but probably double digits. I blinked hard as I caught myself, wandering away from my body as always. My eyes stung as I tried to keep them open. My efforts were futile. At least with them closed, imagining was easier. I could see it now. The festival of succession. The fog of my mind thins. Sensation and thought return to my mind. A yawn of the tip of my tongue, yet nothing moved. The feeling lingered. I tried to breathe. Nothing. Awareness started into my skull. I must have fallen asleep at my desk. I can feel myself in an upright position. Well, this might be a first. Sleep paralysis at my desk. Unable to move, unable to breathe, trapped inside your own body. This is when the fear hits, like a bat to the knees. The best way I could describe is falling in place, like rubber banding in a video game over and over. I always think I'm dead. This is what it's going to be like forever. I can't be dead if I still feel things. The thoughts dart through your head pretty quickly. There's usually no rhyme or reason, just the mind working itself out, taking a while for the body to catch up. In my head, My mind is going a million miles a minute, or in my head, my heart is going a million miles a minute, but in my chest, it's calm as ice. Just this pressure crushing down on me. Well, that's interesting. This isn't sleep paralysis. It has to be a lucid dream. I could feel my back pressed against something hard, but it still felt as a cushion behind my back. My skin felt inflated, too heavy. I can feel the rolls of fat floating in the water, the sensation against my lower half cold and calm, as my breath and my heart were, but far from my mind. This was something new. These sensations, one hell of a vivid dream. Sounds swept into my head, the clanking of metal, the shouts of a crowd, the shuffle of feet, a village alive with expectation, and I was at the center of it. Your mind plays tricks on you. Have you ever experienced an event just after waking up, only later to find it never happened? But it was so real. That's where I am right now. Not quite sure if I'm daydreaming or sleeping. Elements of the real world seeping into my dreams. This is where it all ends, though. I've been here before. It never lasts long. Once your mind picks up on it, everything falls apart. The walls of the world crumble, welcoming that familiar feeling, cold and wet. The soft smell of aged paper, waking up with drool in my beard and my notebook scarred with watermarks. The badge of honor for a true writer. At least that's what I tell myself. Someone has to justify it. I waited. Wake up. Wake up. You're dreaming. Wake up, you idiot. You're dreaming. A cold fear seeping into my bones. This dissonance between my body and my mind. Something is wrong. I just need to pinch myself. That always works. A simple, tiny prick will shock me awake. I try to move, but it's no use. It feels like I'm wearing a 1,000-pound fat suit, but I can't even feel my bones or muscles struggling. Still nothing. My mind was racing. How do I escape? Why am I trapped? I had to calm down. Think. How clear is my mind? Where am I right now? Who am I right now? Get your bumbling fat ass out of bed. Wake the fuck up, I screamed into my skull. Uh-oh. This is out of place. So even the Great Spirit dreams. A voice from the abyss spoke, the sound shaking my skull. It was imposing, not threatening, but it was guarding the path. What are you supposed to be, my alter ego? Too many late nights, my brain is finally telling me to calm down. A writer's work is never done. Not enough hours in the day, so I'll play along for now. Your power shows through your knowledge. Great Spirit, guide me in my efforts. Let me be worthy. Let my people be worthy. And who exactly are your people? You sound like you're important, or at least you think you are. God, do I really sound that way to other people? If you're supposed to be me, I'm fucked. Your words fall flat on my ears, Great Spirit. I am not worthy. Am I not worthy? Riddles and games are for children. Have the ways of my people diverged from that of the spirits? Or are you some foul trickster here to unseat me? A trial one can only truly know once entered. It's a reflection of oneself they choose to ignore, pitted against a truth you can no longer deny. Fragile in the face of fear, yet standing against the tide. Fear of what? Failure? You say riddles are for children, yet you use them. You can act proud and honorable, but all men crumble. Exhibit A. This dream, my mind. Maybe I have gone too far. Let my creations master me. Now some semblance of me is trying to talk sense. I think I've moved way beyond that. A whole new level of talking to yourself. So I'll indulge you. Who are you? I am the chieftain. Chieftain of who? The Kucha tribe. And you believe I'm the Great Spirit. Only the Great Spirit can inhabit the body of another man. Is that why I can't control myself? And why my body feels so much bigger? I must weigh like 500 pounds. If this mind belongs to that body and I'm only here to observe, this is one hell of a dream. Should I say who I am or just be the Great Spirit? I did create it, so I could definitely play it. So if I am inside your head, there has to be a reason, right? I didn't bring myself here, so you must have. The Karlok is upon us. The Great Spirit speaks to me. My eyes opened to a moonless sky. Constellations I could not recognize stared back at me. The orange flicker of flames illuminated the spectacle before me. The village alive with life. Pots with fires under them stewed, some villagers throwing in spice, others stirring. They all turned towards the pot that I sat in. Smiles of joy and looks of relief spread across the young and old faces, their attention directed at me. The Kucha has been seen worthy by the Great Spirit. Our clan will continue. Our way of life is recognized. The Karlach has been blessed. Come forward, my son. My head turns to see behind the pot. Standing on a makeshift stage with a large throne behind him, stood a young man with fat rolls protruding across his body. The Pillsbury fucking doughboy. Except he's made out of chocolate. Damn, that kind of makes me hungry. The man walked forward, placed his hand on my head. Let me be as worthy, father, for you have taught me well. I will uphold our ways. Long live the Kucha. Through the Karlach we all become one. The man stepped back and sat down on the throne. My mouth moved on its own. Words spouted from my maw. Come, brethren, take from my flesh. I am prepared. You must be prepared as well. The Great Spirit has spoken. Hold on, you can't be serious. You're just gonna go through with this? Isn't my presence alone enough to prove that you are worthy? This deep silence filled my head. Then the thoughts exploded. If I could feel the water on my skin and the fire for breath in my chest, yet they remained even, each one slowly draining a piece of me, exhausting my muscles, starving me of oxygen slowly. This was the beginning of the Ixiom. This was a breathing method to introduce lightheadedness. I made this up. None of this actually works. There's no Great Spirit. You will not become one. You're sacrificing yourself for nothing. This doesn't make your people any stronger. There's no special spirit woven into our flesh. To partake of it will gain you nothing. I search my mind for excuses, then I stop. Can you hear my thoughts? You can hear my thoughts, can't you? But do you know my memories? What vision of the Creator is implanted on the creation? The more depth and form of a character, the more endowed with its soul it is. This was my soul coming to haunt me. It's subtle at first, but I notice a latch onto it. My breath passes the threshold and continues to inhale. Did I break him? Did he stop the Ixiom? I exhale. Was it my imagination? The wonder of pondering your imagination in a dream. Delusions of a madman, or a crucible of a genius. Or the crucible of a genius. This breath was different, not steadily pulled through gritted teeth, but a deep nasal inhale. The spice of the festival outside flares to life, the smell potent and forceful, tickling the depths of my nose. The feeling rose instantly. In my mind, I could see my arm moving to cover my face. I swear I felt it too. Just for that one moment, my body refused to move. Not even a twitch. Not the slightest eyeball movement, just staring forward, proving a point. The villagers gathered close, preparing for the next step. I had tried my hardest consciously, and now I had tried unconsciously. The dread that I might not wake up was building. If this really was the Karlach, my mind would break before the ritual was even done. If I can smell what is around me, if I can taste what he tastes, if I can feel his sneeze and yet not act, what hell have I found myself in? It feels like ages, but it was probably a minute. I realized the deep breath. Oh boy, you think inhaling on a sneeze is bad? Try holding it and then exhaling. This is on a whole other level. I almost laugh at myself. These are my creations after all. Small reflections of myself. Take from that what you will. I probably deserve this. As the rhythm to breathing begins once more, the feeling to sneeze fades. My eyes burned from not blinking during this fucking sneeze fest. And then they slowly closed. You know, not rushed at all. Just breath out, just breathe out with closed eyes and inhale with open ones. Trying to align the body and the mind. Think you can get through the second step with me here. I can ramble all day. You'll never get your silence. I know it was foolish. To think simple words could stop it. He was committed to far worse. You think some simple meditation mind trick is going to save you from the pain. I told you, the whole thing is bullshit. What was the point? Even I couldn't deny the shaking in my voice. I had lost all substance. Not that I had any to begin with. This is where all shame falls apart. Where you're willing to do anything, say anything, just to escape. As the Great Spirit, I declare you worthy. Listen to me, you don't need to do this. You've been mistaken this whole time, misinterpreting the words and the ways, turning away from the true spirits. Don't sacrifice yourself for nothing. I frantically searched for other options. His son. Use his son. Don't you want to live to see your grandchildren? Don't deprive them of your great influence and power. Nothing. Small words from a small being. A scared, pathetic being. Groveling and begging to undo generations of belief. Condemning an entire society. All so I don't have to feel it. I really am a joke. Only silence. The simple acts of the flesh told the story. Should I say the lack of. The control was immaculate. At least I could appreciate that. Would you believe the serpent on your shoulder? For simple convenience of weak mind, I know for sure I would. The sweet siren song. At least I won't see it coming. No matter what I say, he spent his whole life preparing for this moment. I could never derail that, even with my own creations. Shows how much I know. At least there's a lesson here. If I survive or remember this, I may have a grand idea for the world and the people in it, but it lacks a person. A true soul, bound by life's challenges, degraded by his failures, uplifted by those around him. For he has done great deeds, a leader, a provider, a symbol for the future. It all rode on his back, his way of life, the rituals of his tribe. It's kind of fascinating sometimes, how the small things that you miss always come back at you in some way. The things that you neglect have a habit of finding their way home. In this case, I'm Pinhold. I think that's what my mind is telling me. Look beyond the narrative, see the person behind the story. Make it their story. Such grand epiphanies of the world. If only they came in sober states. But that's just how the mind works. My thoughts halt. The deep guttural rhythm of vibrating vocal cords erupted in my ears. The third stage. Throat preparation. People always tell me to take care of my character because you never know if they're real or not. I never believed in that. I guess I did now. My mind screamed, "Let me out. Let me out of here. I don't like this. I don't want to be here. Please, just let me wake up." The humming grew louder and thicker. This was really happening. Absolutely on cue, all villagers turned towards me. I see what's in their hands. Knives and plates. My bulging stomach is placed on a platter. I was frozen inside of my own body. If this was my first lucid dream, it had better be my last. Have I ever felt pain in my dreams before? I should wake up before the knife dug into my flesh. The knife as steady as my body, but far from as steady as my mind. The pain was real. But this couldn't be. I tried to pull away. I tried to move. I couldn't. Was this my punishment? Had the lack of conscience led me to create this ritual? If this was the Karlach, and these were the Kucha, all of this extra fat is going to be cut off, cooked, and fed to me. Maybe I should have taken that advice. Creating something and performing are two separate things. But I have to try. I pull myself into my mind, focusing on my breathing. If I can copy him and perform the ritual and separate this body, I won't feel anything. My body calms down, smooth, calm. Not a flinch, not a blink, total control. The throat was prepared. Now the mind just needed to drift. I can feel the thick silence in my mind. Breathe in, breathe out. That's all I need to do. Just focus. Have you ever tried to not look when your eyes are open? Some people can sleep with their eyes open. I recoil. The knife is coming down, the first cut. The silence in my mind is broken with sharp screams. They're my own. Distant. Cruel. In this dream, at least, yes, I did feel pain. And it did not wake me up. At this point, I don't think anything can. I don't think I was going anywhere. I would have to sit through this and endure it, just like my creations. I guess this does answer one question, though. You never get used to the pain. It never fades away. But it does become a part of you, even as pieces of you are removed. The villagers begin to chant as they walk away with my parts. The smoke thickens as the meat is thrown into the pots. Every villager took one piece, their gateway to the ancestors. To consume the flesh that was inhabited by the Great Spirit was to prove yourself worthy of being a member of the Kucha clan. The spirits would then judge you, like it seemed they were judging me. The blood pouring down, the muscles flayed, bones scratched, every tiny prick. He-Man, true Pluto! If I wasn't delirious before, I was now. In my mind, I was tearing my eyes out, breaking my fingers, biting my tongue. But this was all a fantasy. My body stiff, my mind distant, my mind broken, an endless scream. For in your mind there are no breaths, just a constant waving pitch, deafening my thoughts, drowning me in noise. Is it even mine? Is this my voice? This begging, putrid creature is me, every word imaginable crossing my lips, falling on deaf ears. The final cut. You're a disgrace! You're hiding behind the Ixiom! You've fallen from the ways! I, the Great Spirit, declare you unworthy! The words a mist in my mind, hidden behind the pain, my inner self reaching out. His mind drew near as if summoned by my claims. Great Spirit, I take your challenge. See, feel, and hear my mind. I guess now it really didn't matter whether it worked or not. You could tell he felt the pain. I could feel it in his eyes. But his mind would not break. Such trials of his life were gaining on him. He'll break any moment. But it never comes. I'm so arrogant I wish my creations to suffer with me. You are a worthy mind, chieftain. You've changed even me. Your impact is your legacy. The words flew from my mind, sent from a hidden box. My mind's haven, the one piece of me that survived the pain. O Great Spirit, whether you are demon or trickster, a trial or test, a reflection of myself or of reality, it matters not. What's done is done. Let my faith live. The silence burned once more in my mind, the bitter taste of defeat. There would be no more conversing, no more chatter, no more arguments. He had made his choice. And now it was all coming back, the blood pouring from my body, thickening with the water. The wood beneath the pot I sat on was lit, my back pressing against the heated pot, scalding, the liquid bubbling and stewing in my mass, my stomach just above the waterline, preparing for the next step. My mind exploding. I'm beyond the point of return. I think I just have to accept it. A fate worse than death, my own personal hell. The villagers gathered once more, their cooked flesh in hand. They believed in their chieftain. You could see it in their faces. Relief. The worst had passed. My nostrils fill with the smell of my own flesh, the spice pungent and fresh. I retched in my mind because I couldn't physically. I can't help but think about what's going to taste like. It's just going to get worse from here. When will I wake up? I just want to wake up. I've learned my lesson. You must master your creations before they master you. If this is a dream and I have never had human flesh, then it could taste like whatever I want, including steak. Somehow, I knew it was ready. I do love to stew me some steak. It's not like I know what people taste like. It's only my imagination. Dreams do take you to the edge. I'm never wishing for a lucid dream again. That rich smell ringing close. Each step and each breath more pungent. The villagers gathered like flies before they removed my flesh, but now must give it back. And then, in this moment, you find a small piece of yourself hidden away. Your fears wash away, and everything just goes calm. I think I just accepted it. There was no escape. The only escape was to experience it. The fire beneath the pot was lit. This is a repeat. How long it had been, I don't know. The mix of blood and water was beginning to sear my skin. It seeped inside the wounds, attempting to boil me from the inside, but not before stuffing me like a pig. My jaw was being forced open too wide. It just started, one after the other. Chew, swallow, chew, swallow, chew, swallow. I begged him to swallow faster because I knew what was about to happen. He had prepared his entire life for this. I was thrown in the middle of it. How was that fair? I knew screaming out to him was useless. His mind was far from here, a simple echo of the chant in my mind. My spirit poured tears from my eyes, non-existent. As was such my voice, speaking to the void, a scream unheard, a plea unfiltered. A broken spirit, and yet still more meat came. Throat filled, mouth filled, still they pressed, down it went. There was nothing to stop it. Each villager's duty to make sure their peace returned to the chieftain. The meat must be imbued with his spirit, and once finally consumed by the village, it would strengthen them all. By the grace of the Great Spirit fused with their ancestors, it would only make sense that I was the Great Spirit, the accumulated knowledge of their ancestors. By definition, I'm their god. Sorry, their creator. I wouldn't call myself a god. Maybe other people would. If I was a god, I could just stop this. Well, that didn't work. My eyes close. I think we're near the end. Jesus, excuse me. The distant pain is gone. My body flops over into the stew. I'm now empty air. I have no form. I have no control. I simply am. I see not with eyes, but all around. A young man sitting on a throne. He is one hell of a fat ass. I could guess he's just like his dad. You can think they are fed well because they are the chieftains, but for the Kucha, if you could feed the entire village of your flesh, you were not worthy. If you could not feed the entire village of your flesh, you were not worthy of their support. Two men standing over the pot removed scythes from their sides, each one striking into the wrist of the now dead chieftain. They dragged his hands from the stew. The chieftain's son waddled his way down to the pot, pulling the hatchet from his waist. He severed the hands of his father. He raised the hands high into the air and proclaimed, "My father was worthy. Great Spirit, bless me. May I be worthy when my time comes. Let the reign of the Kucha last for 1,000 years. Let the ancestors live on in us for eternity." The son devoured the fingers of his father, the ultimate symbol of passing on his lineage. What do you guys think about my self-cannibalism story? It's magnificent, isn't it? Even though it's a first draft. No, I probably scared everyone off, right? This guy's fucking crazy! Holy shit, we thought he was crazy, but he bonkos crazy, motherfucker! He way beyond what we can handle. I ain't got no see no more of this no more. Toke. True Smokey. Get ready, motherfucker. You better not have said toke without having one rolled and prepped. You better be lighting up, motherfucker. I ain't waiting till 5. We just going! Excuse me. Okay, on 5. Go! Ugh. So, we've come to it at last, guys. It is 5:30. That's 11 hours of streaming, guys. Oh, it's been a long day, motherfucker. It's been a long motherfucking day. But it's been a good day. It's been a really good day. Bye, True Smokey. We're probably going to hang around for like a couple minutes. But, yeah, in general, this is about that time of the stream. It's the wind down section where we just kind of drop everything and go, fuck it. I'm out. No, I'm not doing a 24-hour stream, Smokey. Yes, I am a pussy. We talked about this yesterday. You don't know how to use this properly, Smokey. Scream it. Scream pussy. I'm a pussy. I'm a pussy, use my bussy. Very loud. It's fucking 5:30 in the morning. I'm not screaming anything, Smokey. Pussy! Holy shit! Be the coached cockerel ups. What? Autocorrect. What the fuck? Be the coached I cock. What, Smokey? You cocked a couch? Shut the fuck up, okay? Remember, guys, tomorrow is a makeup stream and erotica story. So, I have a very interesting erotica story planned. If I could just remember what it was. Because I had one planned and then I keep forgetting what the fuck it is. But I'm sure I'll remember by tomorrow. Or I'll have written it down next time I remember it. But yeah, I had this like really cool idea for an erotica. But fuck if I can remember what the hell it is. I had it like 5 minutes ago when I was like, okay, I'm going to do the outro. And then I'm going to do the whatchamacallit. And then we're going to be good. And it's going to be great. I'm going to read your mom, Smokey. This is a slut, bitch, ho fuck. Cum dumpster. No, oh shit, that's what it says on me. Hers says, mommy dommy, love peg, get out, loser. Okay. Yeah. Sounds about right.
I will 1488 you.
Hey, shut the fuck up, Smokey. Don't you bring that shit around here, okay? Don't you motherfucking bring that shit around here. Shut the fuck up, you. You're a you. All you for yous with yous on top of yous when you for a you in RuneScape will be you. You can't you a you in RuneScape because you're a you, Smokey. But I can because I'm you. So you up with the yous, you fucker. What you gonna do, bruv? What you gonna do, huh? You got nothing on me, motherfucker. 1v1 me, mind cramp. I'll cramp your mind, brother. Well, I guess no one has any My story is so shocking that I have shocked everyone into fucking off, I assume. Or just in shock and awe that they don't know what to say. I'd leave also. Well, I mean, it is what it is, right? I guess it's just not my kind of audience. I'm just gaming, bro. No, I'm just fucking around, Timmy. Don't worry about it. I don't expect anything out of you guys. I was just reading my story. I just like to fuck with Smokey. And sometimes there's some collateral damage. Smokey doesn't listen to anything, but I still want to read the story. Even if Smokey was my only... Hell, if Smokey... I was listening. I like how you discussed mindfulness. I like it too.
Hitler was my only viewer one time.
Hey, Smokey, calm it, okay? Shut the fuck up, bro. No, I just like to joke around because it's like, it's one of the most controversial, but probably not the most controversial story I've written. The most controversial story I've written was Nepotism Unleashed, and that is Hunter Biden crashing Air Force One into the Burj Khalifa, and the media, via a TikTok clip from the plane, assumes hijacking, and it starts World War III. All because Hunter Biden needed some drugs and wanted to get in the cockpit. Who leaves their drugs in the cockpit? He's a drug addict. Who the fuck knows? Make a biblical story about an alien Jesus. Okay, Smokey, I'm gonna make that story right now for you, okay? I'm gonna make that story right the fuck now. I mean, yeah, if you want to think about it, technically he was. Okay, it talks. green skin floated on the water like they all said he did. Next thing you knew, it was a bunch of fish. Then, some wine. Did he ever partake? I could never remember. Those nights were dazzling at worst. Black holes at best. Just the headache, the hangover lingering for days. But it was always the green skin that had got me. Jesus was a pretty cool dude up until he started getting political. Told him it was dangerous territory. He believed me, but he said there was a message he could not keep to himself. Maybe it was the wine, or maybe he is just a good talker, but we followed him into that abyss. He literally came from another plane. I come from a plane also, sounds accurate. This is how I see your stories when I catch parts of them. He's a good talker, but we followed him into that abyss. Now I'm here on the edge of his death. Told me to wait and believe. I mean, I did forsake him when it came to Lazarus, so there was potential. Now the life faded from his purple eyes. His inverted nose
Hitox will now dance for you. Please fully enjoy this
closed
immersive experience.
in reflex as his body went limp. Okay guys, there's my story about alien Jesus. What do you guys think? I love it. Nice.
Keep
And
dancing.
I like how it leaves off without. I was gonna like, should I do him dying or should I do him resurrecting? And I was like, I like the idea of dying because you know that he's gonna come back, and especially that line, he told me to wait and believe. And then it's like, well, he brought Lazarus back to bed from the dead, so you know maybe he could come back. So I thought that was a really interesting way to kind of foreshadow that at the end of the story, obviously, alien Jesus comes back from the dead. And I kind of wanted to describe some features of his face that made him seem more alien than just having green skin. Like fucked up eyes and a nose.
You did good, you can rest now, babe.
But yeah, this is what happens when I pants it. I like structure, and because I like to deviate from the structure. It's like I have the destination, but I'm still taking the scenic route. But having a destination is important, and knowing where the story is going to end, right? And how fast can you, like, portray an entire story. I think that was pretty good. For 173 words, I think that's a pretty good, you know, declaration of a story. It pretty much follows, like, some of the most, just, like, prominent, important parts of his life and then skips over like everything else. One more toke before we depart. Come on. Okay, one more toke before the end of the stream, guys. I really need to fucking go to bed. Even though I'm gonna literally not go to bed after the stream is over, I'm gonna make a breakfast sandwich. I'm gonna curl up in bed, and I'm going to watch a new Looter video. Looter is a Korean who does Diablo 2 challenges, and his newest challenge is Assassin with only set items. Come on, nude? Not till tomorrow, Smokey. Tomorrow's the nude stream. I'm gonna be wearing a skin-colored bathing suit, so it looks like I'm naked. .500 IQ, guys. Okay, are you ready, Smokey? Are you ready? It's only because I have to spend like 2.5 hours to 3 hours tomorrow literally shaving everything below my eyebrows. That's like the most annoying part. It's like showering, shaving, and like preparing my hair, conditioning my hair, getting everything ready. Like, you know, soaking up my skin and moisturizing. All the things that I should do but don't do except on Werewoman days. I agree, showering is dumb. That's why you're homeless, Smokey. Yeah, it was actually the smell that we kicked you out for. And I don't even have a nose. And we smoke weed all the time. It's like, if you can smell through that, there's something wrong, bro. There's something wrong. But that's because you're fat, Smokey. You're fat and you stink. And I mean, it has nothing to do with the fact that you, like, how do I say this? That you... Not carted around. Stone Glaze! Yo, yo! The only reason I can smoke with you is because people give me stuff. It's because you beg so badly.
Hatred was just telling me he used to arch Commander Consummate and thinks he'd be a perfect match for us.
Yo, what's up, Stone Glaze?
Are you smoking?
No, I don't.
Oh,
Smokey, I have proof that you do.
Why are you smoking?
Okay?
maybe.
I have
Did
proof.
you start smoking?
Don't think that I don't.
1989-ish.
So you have been
Don't ever go
lying.
against me, bro. I got you by the balls.
Ashtrays, the burning pine-scented
We just
hairspray.
scream 707 septillion until they give. Good, just got this app. Nice. Are you a reader? Are you a writer? Are you an enjoyer of stories? Are you a creative individual who loves imagination? Are you an explorer of the world of words? Well, welcome to Intoxication. Oh, a rapper. Oh, cool. Any kind of creative minds. Hello, brother. Mass luck. Welcome, welcome. How's it going, everyone? Welcome to the stream, boys. We chillin' hard. We chillin' heavy. Wow, rapper. Jassa is also a musician. Jassa? Why the fuck? Guys, why the fuck did I say Jassa? Jesse is... I don't know why the fuck I said Jassa. That's how fucked I am right now, guys. I said Jassa. Jesse is I rebuke that. I'm sorry. It doesn't look it. The stream crashed, but we're actually at 11.5 hours of streaming. So you know, it's a little bit over the top. How could you get the name from Toy Story wrong? Wait. What? Wait, is Jessie the female Woody? Dude, I only ever watched Toy Story 1. She's not even in Toy Story 1, is she? Or is she? I have no idea. Imagine not watching Toy Story. I know, right, Smokey? It's like imagine not watching Bambi or not watching Dumbo. It's my favorite. It's because it has pictures, isn't it, Smokey? It's because it has pictures. Yeah, I do it. Okay, everyone get your toques ready. Get your bowls, get your toques, get your everything ready. We got it. We got it. On 5, boys. Get your toques ready. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, go. Yeah, counting to 5 is much numbers, isn't it, Smokey? Ads. Ads. That sucking fucks. I mean, that fucking sucks. Sucking fucks. Yeah, I'll give a sucking fuck right now. Guys, I'll give a sucking fuck right now. How many? 12 at minimum. Like, can we hit 3 digits? Guys, 3 digits. It's kind of gay? Alright, let's find out how gay. How gay? Only 426% gay? That's not that gay. That's only like 16 dudes gay. Smokey, you count as 4, so you're definitely coming. Twice. Blessed as well. Blessed has to get in on this. I feel it. Wow, no PoE. You suck. Yeah, no PoE. Sorry, Smokey. Everything went longer than it was supposed to. Look my dick! I mean, what? Thucky, $5. Sucky, $5. Me love you wrong time. Sucky, $5. Well, it is what it is, guys. So, hey, remember, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for hanging out. You guys are fucking awesome. I fucking love it. New people today, always good to see. New stories all the time, building up our writing as we go. That's what it's all about, guys. So thanks for coming in, and we will be back again the same time tomorrow. As always, every day we are here. So, we will see you then. And remember, if you can't say fuck you to your friends, who can you say fuck you to? Fuck you! I refuse. Oh, I mean that. Imagine picking soccer. Well, make a Deadeye. Imagine picking Sorcerer. Make a Deadeye. Trust me, okay? Ignore me. Bye. Ducks you, Femi. Alright. It is what it is, Smokey. You can be that way all you want, but we gotta find out who we rating. So, everyone, get your views ready. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2, 1, 0. 3, 2 Yes, your uwoos. That's what I said. Not wee-oos. Uwoos. Get your uwoos ready, I guess. Wee-oo, wee-oo, wee-oo. Here we go. Who we going? What's it at? Who we hitting? Who we hitting, boys? No, not that, not there. Hurry up, then edging us. You can do what you want, Smokey. Okay. I think we're gonna go grab from the Almighty. And we're gonna check this first. 5. Oh man, it got turned off 10 minutes ago, but we can still do it. Are you guys ready? This is a random one. This one's from TLC. This guy was just raided, so we're gonna follow up. Are you guys ready? This is actually a pretty good game, so we'll go with this. Alright, guys. Get your Wii-U's ready. Here we go. Oh, why is it not letting me do the thing? Wii-U, Wii-U, Wii-U. Let's go. Wii-U, Wii-U, Wii-U.
What do you mean, sir? I'm curious now. I need to know. I need to know. Needs to know. Cannot see. What a fuck. Yo. Another raid incoming. God damn, you guys are spoiling me today. Yo.
Alright, guys. Fuck you. I'm out. Peace. See you tomorrow.